You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record. Oh, damn, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Whacking Shack. It's me, Mike D. I'm here to have some fun with y'all again today. Today, we're building spinning tops. These are super fun to build, super easy to build, and people love them. I got a bunch of requests for old school toys after I made the yo-yos in the last video, so I figured I'd give these a shot. That being said, stick around to the end of the video. I got some super big news I need to tell y'all, and I owe it all to you guys, and let's make some sawdust. All right, start this bad boy off. I went ahead and cut us a 2.5 by 4-inch section of poplar. Poplar is the softest of the hardest wood, or softest of hardwoods. Say that again. We're going to chuck it up in the lathe in between the teeth, and we're going to get the spin on that. It's a real quick build. I think you guys have a blast. All right, so took the points, we chucked them up in between each jaw. There's numbers on the lathe. Got a lathe, you know what I'm talking about. I went ahead and numbered correspondingly with those, so if we'd have to take it out for anything, we'd be able to line it back up. I'm going to get the lathe spinning, so I am definitely going to speed this up, lower the sound, and give y'all something other than lathe spinning to listen to. All right, so we flipped everything around. Got our square edge out here so we can round it off as well, and we'll have a perfectly round blank. Okay, so right now we want to come up about 1.5 inches, 2 inches from the bottom, and we're going to make a line. That's going to be our shoulder where the top turns in. About 1/4 inch from that, we're going to make another line. That's going to be the start of the top cap. And a little bit further from that, user preference, we're going to make another line. That's going to be the very end where we terminate the cut. Where we come in, and anywhere on this, you'll see here in a minute, it's completely aesthetic. We're going to make lines. Take our carbide tip and just barely kiss that. To where we got some indent and some tactile points. While we've got this on here, we're going to go ahead and sand it. There's our top. I'll be back with you in a second. Sandier and I'll get out, but we have our top. We have an indent right there from the point on our tailstock. I like to take these upholstery brads, they're brass, put them right in there, centered up as much as humanly possible with that. And tap that in there, rotating this the whole time to make sure it's even. So I'll speed you through this. We'll get on with it. So at the top of this, we have an indent where we had our cutoff. Luckily enough, for us, that's always lined up center. 1/4 inch drill bit, line her up in there slowly. You only want to go about a 1/2 inch deep. Next, you're going to need a piece of oak dowel. This is the same dowel we use for the yo-yos. You're going to need about a 2-inch section of that. And we still have to taper it to make sure it'll go in there, but that's going to be the final seating of that. And to taper it, we're going to get real redneck. It's a term of endearment, I promise. The old sandpaper and drill technique. Take your same 60 grit, roll over the top edge of this, and you get the pin for your top. By this point, it should be able to spin on its own for the most part, which it does. So I'll cut the video here. We'll get back to the next step. All right, so we have our pin set in the top. We need to make a 1/8 inch hole through the middle of this stem. So very carefully, like that. Sand it off, take off any of the burrs or any of the funk that the drill might have left behind. Now it's time to make what I like to call the eater stick. And as soon as I get the shop set up ready to bake that, I'll come right back to you. All right, so time to make the eater stick. This is just a cutoff. The very top of the cutoff, center of it, about 3/4 of an inch from the end, we want to make our first line. Doesn't matter what size hole this is, as long as it's just bigger than the dowel that we inserted in the top of the top. We'll sand it off here as we go. Now, you want this hole to intersect with the 1-inch Forstner bit hole we're going to put in it. So bear with me. I'll speed this up so I ain't got to drag it along. Just like that. We're going to shape this on the sander, and you can shape this pretty much any way you want to. I like to taper it down to a point. Once I get it shaped, I'll bring it back over to the workbench, and we'll finish this project up. It's a quick one. All right, so we have our top done. We now have our eater stick done. I don't know what the name of this thing is. I'm just going to call it the eater stick. Point of these holes that we drilled is that the top will line up through that like that. You can take a string, which I already have some here for the sake of convenience. You can make this string the same way that we made the yo-yo string. You thread it through that middle hole, through the stem of the top, and then you just start twisting. Then you twist and twist and twist. Leave a little excess. You can also put a pull handle on these. I do it with some when they're requested. But whenever it's wrapped, your string will look like that. Now, I'm going to clear off a section of my workbench here and bring the camera down to a lower level, and I'll show you how one of these bad boys work. Stick around. Got our top, got our yeeter stick, got our string ran through here. So now the only thing left to do is take that brass cap, put it on a hard surface, get you a couple of links of string through your hand there, and spin and top. These are actually called fighting tops. From everything I've read, not only could you play with them like by yourself and all that, but young boys used to draw a big circle on concrete or in the sand, not necessarily in the sand, but they draw a large circle, and then they would have their tops compete against each other. They'd pull the strings or launch them into the ring, and the tops would consecutively bump into each other until one of them came out of the ring, and whoever came out of the ring, just like wrestling, was the loser. So they got the name the Fighting Tops. I'm making several of these. They're going to go to the next event with me. I think they'll go pretty good with the yo-yos and things like that. Plus, it's getting closer to Christmas, and people are into stuff like this. Been a fun build. I really enjoy making these. Actually, really enjoy touching the lathe any chance I get. These usually sell pretty good at craft fairs, fall festivals, stuff like that. After doing the yo-yo video, I got a lot of requests for more old school toys. Apparently, old school wood toys are making a comeback, and people are kind of into them. So, might be something to jump on the wagon with. I know that at the beginning of the video, the intro, I promised y'all some really big news, and I've neglected from posting that on any kind of social media, any kind of Facebook, YouTube, anything like that. I wanted to bring it to you guys first because I think that you guys are kind of the reason that it's all going down like this. The Facebook page, Woodworking for Beginners. A lot of good people there. I've been following that page ever since I got into woodworking. I've learned a lot of stuff there. The creator of the page reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in doing a collaboration and doing some how-to videos and some stuff exclusively for them. Not only will this promote my shop and the YouTube channel, The Whack and Shack, my Facebook page, but it will give us more exposure and it'll get the message out there to everybody. I looked on their page earlier just to see how many viewers they had and followers they had. It's 1.1 million. I didn't think Facebook counted that high. I figured after a few 100,000, it was just like an infinity sign because it didn't matter anymore. You made it. But it was an honor to even be selected for it, and even bigger honor to be chosen. There's very few people that get to do this from what I've heard, and I'm super excited about it. So it goes along with the message of getting the kids out of the house, get the damn tablet out of their hands, get them dirty, let them get covered in sawdust. It's not going to hurt them. I promise it'll only make them better people. It's been a blast. I can't thank y'all enough. The Facebook channel is going great. The YouTube channel is blowing up way faster than I thought it could. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, smash those buttons for me. Really appreciate that. This stuff's going great, and I want to take us as far as I can. With that being said, God bless y'all. Love you. I'm out.